Hi, my name is Brian from Denmark, your tech fan, and this is my long-term review of the Samsung S22. Right now, as I'm recording this, we're in December 2022. And the device has been heavily discounted these last couple of months, at least here in Denmark. I don't know how it is in your country, but this has just been slashed half price from Black Friday and onwards. So now it's really pushing down all the A series, the A53, the A33 and every earlier model of this phone down in price if you're going to the used market. As I would actually always recommend you to just check out before you buy a new phone. But how has my experience with this device been? The reason why I'm doing this is because I am switching to the Pixel 7 Pro and I've actually already switched to this phone. And the reason why that is especially good to do as a reference is because then it becomes crystal clear what this phone actually does well. Compare it with this 7 Pro's shortcomings. I had this from March 2022 and I was a bit dissatisfied with actually the form factor of this phone because it had this there's something about the rounding of the edges that cuts into your fingers like a potato peeler, and I didn't like that one bit. Also, I thought it was just a little bit lackluster in certain areas. Right now, I can't even come up with one, but that's because I've taken the Pixel 7 Pro into use. And then this phone just stands out as a really, really good phone for some reason, but maybe it just is. And now for the screen, it's a 6.1 inch, which is very much reminiscent of the iPhone, whereas this one, of course, is a 6.7 inch. But right now, I've just put both of these phones up to the maximum brightness. This is what it looks like on both of the phones. But what I just want to reassure you is that the screen is superb on the S22 as for the Pixel. I've also been satisfied about the battery life on this phone because, well, it just keeps on for one day without any problems with my kind of use. And of course, I'm a slightly heavy user as a phone reviewer, but it has no problems in my optique. And then for a kind of a funny thing is the chipsets on these two guys. If you live in Europe like I do, you get the Exynos chip on the S22 here, and you got the G2 tensor on this bugger, and none of them are a Snapdragon. What I mean by that is almost all apps are first adjusted to work on a Snapdragon CPU, or at least that's my impression, because you get to play some games where this phone doesn't go anywhere up to the top graphics settings, for instance. And the same goes with the G2 tensor chip. This also becomes very hot, by the way, when playing games, video calls and video recording, whereas this phone doesn't get hot under any of those circumstances. Well, it gets a little bit hot, but not too excessively. A place where the Samsung S22 really stands out is in regards to sound, especially apparent in regards to wind cancellation or noise cancellation when you're outdoors. That goes for both video filming and when you're talking to your spouse or better half or worse half. Then this phone is just superb because its mic quality is just better than the Pixel 7 Pro. If you go into equalizer settings on your Samsung device, put it on jazz. This is the jazz setting, and this is my little tweak to it. Do like this. A bit more bass coming out of your device, and then it sounds like this. As opposed to this. Now this actually has got more bass onto it, but on many other tracks, the Samsung S22 just stands out as the better choice. And the Pixel 7 Pro has got no equalizer, by the way. And now for the cameras on this phone. It is really, really, really a good camera phone, this one. Also, if you take the good sound into consideration, this is just like my go-to phone for extra B material video recording. And also with the selfie cameras, I do quite a lot of unboxings where I film myself, and then this phone with the selfie camera is just the phone to reach for, as opposed to this phone that has a selfie camera that is really subpar. Samsung S22 here and Google Pixel 7 Pro. I just want to show you exactly what I'm on about. You can see here, actually, the Pro may have a more natural looking picture right here, but just you wait Because now I've zoomed in on my eyebrows and then it becomes apparent that the S22 just produces a somewhat better picture, in my opinion at least, with a little more clarity. So to conclude, I heavily recommend this Samsung S22. I actually love it even more now that I've just switched to the Google Pixel 7 Pro, where this one just stands out as of the better phone. In almost all aspects, at least in my opinion, you can get the weather widget without having to give away your exact location. You can get into your calendar and add a post with just one touch. You got tons of equalizer settings on this phone. And you got the very small form factor. Around $600 or $700, this is an easy recommendation still. In Denmark it's been cut to $350 US. And if you could get it in that range, this is a dead cert. My name is Brian from Denmark, you're a tech fan, and I'll see you in the next one.